Hey guys, how you doing? It's FDA Eagle Eyes again, and I'm sure the people that watch my videos, the ones of you that are subscribed, I know you watch my Dev Pro videos and you see that I like Blackwings a whole lot. Well, the thing about it, I think that after the Return of the Bling Premium Gold set and Blackwings got the 4 new support monsters, I believe they became a whole lot more viable. They're able to compete a little better. Uh, some folks, they look at the new monsters and they're thinking, what do I do with them? How do I run them? What are the plays? And I know that one guy actually got 15th place at the Kissimmee Regionals. I'm not sure who the guy was, but he had a really good deck build. Uh, really fast, really efficient from what I understand, and I took a couple of tips from him and kind of played around with his build a little bit and infused some of my own plays, and they seem to work pretty well. I know sometimes I win, sometimes I lose, but here lately I've been picking up more wins because of the guy's ideas. So I figured I would just share them again with you guys and see what you all thought. So I'll be running through a complete deck list and giving you guys a few pointers here and this, and tell me what you think. Anyways, to start off, I got the monsters. Chris, he is a new monster, and he is arguably one of the better Blackwing monsters. He is a 1900 beater, and he can special summon, just like Bora and many of the other Blackwing monsters, if you control other Blackwing monsters. But not only that, he cannot be destroyed by spell or trap effects once per turn. And at 1900 attack, that's really good. That's really, really good. Have Whirlwind on the field, normal summon him or special summon him, either way, and you can just sit there and poke if you want to. Or, normal summon him, search for Whirlwind. You're set up with virtually any synchro possibility that you have in your extra deck, granted that you have the other cards to make it happen. So I run 3 Chris's. 3 Chris. The next on my list is 2 Panakis. He's one of the new monsters, and he is arguably, in my opinion, what breathed life back into the Blackwing monsters. He is a 3-star tuner monster, 1200 attack, 1000 defense, and he can't be special summoned, and he can only be used to synchro summon a Blackwing monster. But Panaki, when he's sent to the graveyard at the end phase, you can search out for any Blackwing monster in your deck. That is so viable. That is awesome. You have Whirlwind on the field, you ditch off for Panaki, pull any Blackwing to your hand. Next turn, you play that card, that monster, you search out for Whirlwind, you're right back in it again. Not only that, but many people don't realize that when you use Shura's effect and you run over an opponent's monster and you get the special summoning effect that Shura has, you can pull Panaki to the field. His effects will be negated, but once he's sent to the graveyard, you still get a search. You still get to pull for Panaki's effect, which makes him that much better. So basically, you attack over an opponent's monster with Shura, pull for Panaki, synchro for 7 in main phase 2, the Panaki will go to the graveyard, and at the end phase, you get a search. 9 times out of 10, that's when you want to pull for Blizzard. Blizzard, he's a really good monster. I'll cover him in a second. But 2 Panakis. The next card on the list is 3 Bora. A lot of you who run Blackwings, you know what Bora does. He's basically a 1700 attack monster. He's a 4-star. He can be special summoned. He's a non-tuner. And he has Pearson effect. So if your opponents run those decks that like to set monsters and, have monsters in defense position, Bora is a great route to go there. I mean, he can swarm the field, gives you a lot of attack power, especially if you was to drop collude on an opponent's monster with low defense. That can do a massive amount of damage right there pretty quickly. So 3 of the Bora. Let's see. The next on the list is, of course, 3 Shuras. Shura is a staple and probably will forever be a staple in Blackwings. He is a 4-star non-tuner, 1800 attack, 1200 defense, and basically, whenever he destroys an opponent's monster by battle, he can special summon a Blackwing with 1500 or less attack from your deck. So, you just have to have him. Like I said earlier, Shura, attack over a monster. Pull for Panaki, attack for 1200 and more. Main phase 2, synchro for 7. Panaki goes to grave. You get the search off of Panaki. Really good. Really, really good. Plus, I mean, he's one of the highest attack monsters, in Blackwings. You get to search out for Whirlwind and pull pretty much anybody to hand. So, 3 Shuras. Next is 2 Gale. Now, I know Gale is no longer limited in any form, shape, or fashion, and I know you can run 3 of them if your heart chooses to. But I'd say 2 is plenty sufficient, considering that Blackwings have so many tuners, especially 3-star tuners. I think Blackwings have Gale, Breeze, Sting, Gale, Breeze, Sting. There's a couple of others that I can't think of right off the top of my head. But Gale and his effect that allows you to half an opponent's monster's attack permanently, it's just too good not to have. So you want to run 2 Gale. 3 is just too many, but 2 Gale is plenty enough, and he'll set you up with some really good plays. Next, Blizzard. You want to run 2 of him. Some people prefer to run 3. It could work perfectly fine for you if you choose to run 3. That just might set you up for some more plays. I personally run 2. Blizzard is a 2-star tuner, 1300 attack, and 0 defense. And his effect, when he's normal summoned, you get to special summon a level 4 or lower Blackwing monster from your graveyard in face-up defense position, which sets you up for a lot of plays. Normally what will happen is your opponent might destroy your Shura or your Chris or one of your other monsters and send it to the graveyard. Well, if you have Blizzard in the hand, you can normal summon him on the next turn. You get his effect to pull back the Chris or the Shura or whatever 4-star monsters in your graveyard, and then after you pull for Blizzard's effect, you search out for Black Whirlwind. Once you've done that, then you can do all your summoning, but you have that 6-star possibility sitting on the field right there with Blizzard and Shura, or Blizzard and Chris, however you want to go the route with that. And that's Nothong. Nothong is one of the new 6-star Blackwing support cards, and we'll cover him later, but he's a really, really good route to go. Blizzard, too. Next card on my list is Sirocco. You only run 1 of him. I know here in the past, a lot of builds have ran, 2 to 3 Siroccos. Really, honestly, Sirocco's kind of lost its playability. Not really, but to an extent, it kind of has. Sometimes it can be a dead draw, but if you ever draw into Sirocco and your opponent has a monster and you control no monster, boom, you normal summon that bad boy straight to the field. If you have Black Whirlwind on the field, you can search out for literally any Blackwing monster in the deck. And, I mean, that sets you up for 8-star synchros. Go for Bills. Bills is amazing in Blackwings. You can go for, Stardust Dragon. Any 8-star synchro you want to. Right there. I mean, if you have Orochi, you can synchro for 6. That's Nothong right there. Or if you have Blizzard on the field, by any chance you can get a Blizzard on the field with a Sirocco. Synchro for 7. go Obsidian Hawk Joe, use Hawk Joe's effect to pull Sirocco straight back from the graveyard, you're sitting there looking at, one monster being able to deal 4,500 damage easily. So I say one Sirocco just to help you out of tight situations, or just to be that one good card if you ever do need it. Next on the list is Gladius. Now, I have a friend who says that he believes Gladius is a dead draw. I know a couple other people that don't really like Gladius. And I'll be honest, when this guy first came out, I was running 2, maybe even 3 of him. He's an okay card. He's a 3-star non-tuner with 800 attack and 1500 defense. But the only real downside to him is the fact that you can only special summon him if you control one and only one Blackwing monster. So if you're doing a lot of swarming, if you have a lot of monsters on the field, 3 or 4 Blackwings, and you draw into this guy, you're not going to special summon him. You'll normal him, but you're not going to special him. So normally, this guy, you normally want to search him out. Say you have Whirlwind on the field. You have Gale in hand. Normal summon Gale. Search out for Gladius. Special summon Gladius and Synchro for 6. That's your no-thong right there. So, a lot of people say no to Gladius, but I say at least one. One Gladius will help set up some cool plays for you. It can be, a last resort because he has such low attack. He can easily be searched out by Whirlwind. He'll help you out of some tight spots every now and then. So one Gladius is plenty sufficient. Next on the list is one Orochi. Orochi is basically your 1-star tuner. He's a special summoner. He can special summon if you have other Blackwings on the field. And he's just awesome. You have Shura and Bora on the field. That's 8 stars right there. You special summon Orochi, you can go for 9 stars easily. Say for instance that you synchroed for 6 and you went for no thong. Okay, well you can special summon Orochi and synchro for 7. That's Obsidian Hawk Joe. Obsidian Hawk Joe's effect is once per turn you can special summon a level 5 or higher Blackwing monster from your graveyard. Pull back no thong. Right there. Pull back Armed Wing. Pull back Armor Master. Right there. Orochi will help you tweak your extra deck capabilities just a little bit more. Not to mention, when you use him to synchro summon for a monster, you can pick one of your opponent's monsters and change its battle position. Actually, let me take that back. That's any monster on the field. Pick it and change its battle position. So, that can help you. That can help you in many ways. One Orochi. Don't run anymore, just one. One will do the job. Last on the list of monsters is 3 Kalutes. Now, any of you that run Blackwings can immediately know why you run 3 Kalutes. If you don't run 3 Kalutes in Blackwings, you're doing it wrong. Might as well take your deck, set it off to the side, don't touch it again. Not worth it. 3 Kalutes. If your opponent is battling you or you're battling an opponent's monster and that son of a gun has jacked up attack and you're thinking, oh, how am I going to get across this? Your opponent's monster declares an attack, boom, drop Kalute. You gain 1,400 more attack. That helps you out a lot. Sometimes your opponent's monster has high attack and you have Shura on the field and you want to get Shura's effect and you want to pop off, drop Kalute, 1,400, bam. That right there concludes it for all the monsters in my deck. Now let's move on to spells. Now, my build is personally spell heavy. I used to run a lot of traps. Now I've kind of leaned a little bit more towards spells. Try to speed the deck up a little bit. The deck isn't perfect. I don't claim it to be perfect. A lot of you may not agree with this build, but I hope it at least gives you some ideas about how to possibly build the Blackwings, make them faster, more efficient. So, let's see. 1 Allure of Darkness, 1 Pot of Duality. Now, I know that the guy that I kind of got the tips from on this deck, his deck build, he ran 3 pot of dualities. Well, I'm running 1 pot of duality, and you'll see why. Well, main reason is I don't have 3 pot of dualities, so I'm running 1 for right now. Run 3 MSTs, 1 Raigeki, 1 Dark Eruption. A lot of people underestimate this card. This card is really, really good to play because it helps you pull back that Blizzard to your hand. Or maybe you need that Kalute back to your hand. Or maybe you need that Gale back to your hand to half your opponent's monster's attack. Whatever reason, this card will pull back that 1 Blackwing monster that you need back to your hand. I only run 1 of them right now, but my final build will probably run 2 or 3 of these. It's a really good card to have. So, Dark Eruption. I threw this card in here. This is Ego Boost. And basically, Ego Boost is a quick play spell card. And during the battle phase, if you're attacking and you want to gain 1,000 attack to help you get over that opponent's monster, Ego Boost will do the trick. Gain 1,000 attack. Cards for Black Feathers. I run 2 of these in place of the other 2 pot of dualities that I do not have. Cards for Black Feathers, you have to banish 1 Blackwing monster from your hand and draw 2 cards. You cannot special summon the turn that you use cards for Black Feathers. That's why it's similar to Pot of Duality, in a way. It has positive and negative repercussions. You have to be really careful when you play this card and you have to banish a Blackwing monster. You really need to think about it. Check out your opponent's field, see what they have, and think it through. But sometimes it can help you up into some really good plays. So 2 cards for Black Feathers in place of the other 2 pot of dualities. Swallow's Nest. This is a card that is being tested out by me right now. Sometimes it helps, sometimes it don't. I may take it out, I might side deck it. Basically, Swallow's Nest is one of those cards that, say for instance, I have Shura on the field. I attack for 18. The opponent accepts the damage, that's 18 to him. I can Swallow's Nest for another Shura, because Swallow's Nest lets me take the level of the monster on the field and special summon another monster with the same level from my deck. Does not break battle phase. So I could do 18, 18 direct. Or, 18, 17. However I wanted to do it, it doesn't matter. Swallow's Nest will help me do that. You guys can try it out. I only run 1. Maybe it'll help, maybe it won't. Burial from a different dimension. Let me try that again. Burial from a different dimension. Alright, this card right here, a lot of you know what it does. Basically, if you have any removed from play monsters, you can send 3 of them back to your graveyard. Alright, we'll say that you played cards for Black Feathers, or, one of your monsters got banished or something stupid, and you have those monsters that you really want in the graveyard, but they're removed from play. Play Burial from a different dimension, that'll solve your problem. Pretty self-explanatory card. Last on my spell list is 2 Black Whirlwinds. This card right here is the life force of Blackwings. You basically play this card, you normal summon a Blackwing monster, you get to search your deck for a Blackwing monster that has less attack than the one that you normal summon. You can play both of these Black Whirlwinds and pull for the effect of both of them. So it's a really good card to have. It is the engine of Blackwings. You want to protect this card at all costs if you can. 2 Black Whirlwinds. Why not 3? Sometimes 3 can be too many. Sometimes it can be a dead draw. 2 is enough. 1, not enough. 2. 2. Now for the traps. I don't run as many traps as I used to, but I'm kind of trying to wean away from it. I still keep some of the good staple traps. First off, we have 2 Fiendish Chains. We have 1 Solemn Warning. We have 1 Icarus Attack. I know, it's weird. Most people in Blackwings, they run 2 or 3 Icarus Attacks. I only run 1 because of the MSTs that I have, and I might bump it up to 2, maybe, I don't know. But for right now, 1 Icarus Attack. Black Sonic. It is basically an amped up Dimensional Prison. If an opponent's monster declares an attack on a face-up Blackwing monster you control, you can banish all face-up attack position monsters that they control. This card is a bitch. I have helped myself out of really tough situations with this card. However, I don't feel the need to run any more than 1. 1 usually does the job. So 1 Black Sonic. Torrential Tribute, because Torrential Tribute. I mean, why else do you run this card? Your opponent summons a monster, Torrential Tribute, gets rid of all the monsters on the field. Sometimes if your opponent thinks they're going to go ham, you can tell them to think not. Delta Crow Anti-Reverse. This card is good for getting rid of your opponent's back row. They got set spell or trap cards, and you control a Blackwing monster. Boom, hit them with the Delta Crow, and that'll take care of that problem. 2-dimensional prisons. I'm sure you guys already know, what these do. Opponent's monster declares an attack, you can banish it. Okay, guys, I was wrong. Here's the second Icarus attack right here. So, yeah, you want the 2 Icarus attacks. And last but not least in my deck, Black Horn of Heaven. That's just kind of a card that I threw in there. If I had another one, I'd probably throw it in there. It stops your opponent's special summons. Really solid card to have. No cost at all. Black Horn of Heaven. Have at it. Now for the extra deck. I run 3 No Thung the Starlight. He is the new Blackwing 6-star synchro. Basically, when he's special summoned, he deals 800 damage to your opponent, kind of like Cowboy. Plus, you get to select an opponent's monster on the field and subtract 800 attack and defense from it. Once per turn, in addition to your normal summon, you can normal summon 1 more Blackwing monster. Now, you can only use 1 No Thung per turn. So say for instance that you special summon a No Thung and you use his effect to do another normal summon, and somehow you wind up with another No Thung on the field. You can only use the No Thung's effect once per turn. Armades. Well, need I say why? Armades is a really good 5-star synchro. He attacks, and your opponent cannot activate spell or trap card effects until the end of the battle phase. Goyo Guardian. Number 101 Silent Honor Art. Bills. A really good 8-star synchro for Blackwings. He cannot be destroyed by battle or by card effect. You basically have to bounce him back to the extra deck or banish him. That's the only way you're going to get rid of him. He is a really solid synchro to have in Blackwings. He's easy to go for. Gotta have a Bills. Two Armor Masters. He is a 7-star synchro monster. He cannot be destroyed by battle. Any battle damage you would take, you don't take any. He's really good for stalling your opponent and plugging your field, getting over some of your opponent's tougher monsters. 2 Armor Masters. By the way, on the No Thung, I run 3 of them. I might knock it down to 2, but for right now I'm running 3. Works really well for me. 3 No Thungs. Obsidian Hawk Joe, the new 7-star Blackwing Synchro Monster. Basically, when he's special summoned, once per turn, if you want to, you can special summon a level 5 or higher Blackwing monster from your graveyard. Also, if there's a card effect that targets one Blackwing monster on the field, or let me double check that. Basically, when your opponent targets this card for an attack, or if a spell or trap card effect targets this card, you can select one other Blackwing monster on the field and switch the target to that card. So basically, it helps you save your Hawk Joe. Keep on flooding the field with the 5 and 6, 7-star Blackwing monsters. Really good card to use. Right now, I run 1, possibly might run 2 in the future. Abyss Dweller, Stardust Dragon, Armed Wing, Black Rose Dragon, and last but not least, Castell the Skyblaster Musketeer. He is okay. I don't really use him a whole lot. I probably could use him a little bit more, but he's still a good card to have in your extra deck. Now, a couple of cards that I don't have in my extra deck that I'm thinking about getting that probably would help. Crimson Blader. He's a really good synchro monster. A lot of you probably know what he does. And Exciting Knight. Evil Swarm Exciting Knight. He's a really good card to have. I haven't gotten my hands on one yet, but I plan on picking one up soon. But that's my deck list, guys. I don't really have a side deck. I'm still kind of testing out a side deck. But I hope you appreciated my video. I hope you enjoyed it. And maybe you picked up a few tips from it. Maybe a couple of play ideas. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And stay in touch for more videos to come. Thank you.